To be honest, most basic users of AutoCAD just think that fillet is rounding the corner, but the reality is far from that. By knowing from A to Z the fillet command, you can boost both your accuracy and speed. Hi everyone, and welcome back to AutoCAD 2025 series. Today, our focus is learning fillet command, but our knowledge will be far from rounding the corners. We will learn some tricks to boost our speed and accuracy. Be with me and enjoy learning. Let's go. The initial step is knowing how to call our commands. We can use three different ways to call the commands. The first way is coming to this modify panel, and from here by left click on this icon I can have my fillet command in active form, now as you can see. The other way is coming to this modify menu bar. From here I can select the fillet command. Now it's active. The last case is typing the command fillet or its alias, which is F. I can type F and enter. Now my command is in active form. After learning how to call the command, now it's time to learn how to work with that. Let me call my command. Now it's active. If I want to make this part in a curved form or round form, I can select the first object, then the second object. Nothing has happened. Why? It's because of that my radius is 0. How can I change it? I can come to this part and from here I can type R or I can select on radius. This time I say my radius I want to be 3. I say enter. If I select on this first object, then the second object, you see this round part with radius of 3. But you see that the sharp edges are remained and they are not deleted. So, most cases, you don't need them. How you can get rid of them? You can delete them easily by a trick. What is that? Let me call the command fillet. In this part, in subcommand, you have trim. If I click on this, you have two options. One of them is trim, the other is no trim. If I click on trim, this time I come and I select this object and this object. As you can see, the sharp edge does not exist now. Let's go to our second example. As you see our rectangle here, it's in a polyline manner. You know the difference between line and polyline. What is the difference between them? If you don't know, check the video in our playlist and I put the link in our description. You can go from there too. But to continue our tutorial on the fillet, now I click on this. If I come here and I say that, for example, I want my radius to be 2, enter. I come to this part and I do this. I want to do all the 4 corners one after another. So I need to do this and repeat this 4 times. So, is it necessary? No. What can you do? Let me undo. Now I click on F fillet. In here, I use the PolyLine feature or subcommand. If I select on this, with the radius that I have here, for example, I say 2. In this time, if I select on this, by just one click, I can make all the 4 corners in a round manner. You can see these walls here. As you see, they are disconnected from each other. If I want to join them, in here, I can use manual operations, but it's time consuming. I can do it in a quick manner. As I told you at the beginning of our course, I mentioned that fillet is not just making round corners. We have other features in the fillet command. To see that, I call the fillet command. From here, I click on radius. This time, I give the radius of 0. If I select on the first object, then the second object, easily, with a precise manner, they are joined with each other. The other case is enter. Now I say again, the radius is 0. I don't need to give it the value. Now if I do this, I have my walls in a complete and exact manner. This is our fourth example. In here, it's a part of our short video which was about drawing IPE200. In there, I didn't complete the round corners because we didn't have any information about the fillet command. Now it's time to make it in a complete form. As you can see, in here, I can call my fillet command. I can give the radius of, for example, 2, enter. This time I select and this is done. But again, I need to repeat 4 times this and it's time consuming. How can I save my time? So I cannot use PolyLine in here, but I have another solution. What is that? Let me undo. I call this again. From here, I have access to multiple. But let me say radius. This time radius is 0. I say, for example, 2, enter. I say multiple. When I say multiple, I can, for example, do this one. Now, I don't go out of my command and I don't need to recall it. I'm inside the command and I can repeat it one after another. As you can see, I can do this without repeating my command and recalling my command 4 times, one after another and over. It was all the information about the fillet command, and I hope you found this tutorial useful. As I have promised you, I told and I taught you in this manner that fillet is not just for making the round corners. We can use sharp corners, we can increase our speed in working with this, and we can also increase our accuracy, as you saw in drawing the walls, the disconnected walls. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you enjoyed, subscribe to our channel and be part of our community. Don't forget to share it with your friends. Also, if you have any questions, add in the comment below and they will be answered as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Best wishes, take care, and goodbye.